List 14, 6, 7, 8. This is your intro video. So your roots all mean something to do with the numbers 6, 7, and 8. Hex is a Latin root that means 6. Sept is a Latin root that means 7. And oct is a Greek root that means 8. So hex is a Latin root that means 6, and your words are hexagon, hexapod, hexagram, hexameter, hexahedron, and hexachord. So I have these broken up into two different sections. So hexagon, hexapod, hexagram, and hexameter, you should be familiar with the ending of the word. So if you think about the hex and then is an A, and then gon, pod, gram, and meter. Those you should be able to get. And then hexahedron and hexachord follow the same pattern. They have hex and then A, and then another part. You're just going to have to work with hedron and chord. Sept is a Latin root that means 7, and your words are septenary, septenaries, September, septuagenarian, septennial, septuplet, and septet. Septenary and septenaries are related because septenaries is the plural form of septenary. So if you look between the words, for septenaries, you're going to change the Y to an I and add ES. That's something that we've talked about. September is a month that you should be familiar with. Please note that it is capitalized. It is a proper noun, and it needs to be capitalized. Septennial, septuplet, and septet all have the root sept, and then they have an ending. And you may be familiar with the endings, ennial, because you've had that before. Septuplet is like quintuplet, and septet. Septuagenarian, it's a long word. It sounds intimidating. However, if you break it apart, it's not as bad. Sept, ua, gen. Think of generation. That's what it means. It's related to the word generation. So Septuagenarian. And this is a person that was born or who is between 70 and 79 years old. So when I think of gen, I think of generations. It makes me helps me remember that it might be someone who's older. Oct is a Greek root that means 8, and your words are octave, octavo, octet, octenary, octopus, octagon, and October. So octave and octavo are related. Octave, octavo. They have OCT, oct, AV, and then an E or an O. So that might be a way to remember those. Octet, octet. Shouldn't be too bad. Octenary, kind of the same thing. Octunary, if you break it apart, it's probably going to be easier. And then octopus, octagon, and October are all words that you've probably seen and heard before. So on your homework, under each of the roots, write the meaning, and then in the boxes, draw a picture to help you remember that root. So something to represent something to help you remember that root.